excuse me.
I just had a brain fart.
I'm like,
welcome to episode 29 of B&D Talking Sports with your boys Butch and Dominic. We're a father and son duo that just loves talking sports, and we kind of do a weekly podcast with you guys, just kind of going over the some news in the sports world, making some predictions on games and stuff like that, and then going to be giving some draft insight in our opinion. We'll talk a little baseball, we'll talk some NBA, we'll talk about March Madness and Final Four week games coming up this weekend. We are recording here on April 2nd of 2026. But just kind of get this out of the way. If you guys can like, subscribe, follow here on, comment here on YouTube. Also follow us on TikTok, X, and Facebook, all at B&D Talking Sports Podcast. We're not on MySpace.
eventually we'll get in space.
But on this week's episode, we're going to talk a little bit of just kind of the beginning of the baseball season, talk a little bit about the ABS system that recently installed this season. I got my top 5 wide receiver and cornerbacks in the 2026 draft. Then we'll have some, like I said, March Madness talk, and we'll have a little bit of NBA talk and make some NBA picks and March Madness game picks. But starting off with baseball, we're not going to talk a whole lot about it because we're not real big baseball guys here on this podcast.
Go Red Sox.
Go Orioles. Excuse me.
We're going to turn the season around.
What? You're 1-5 right now?
Yeah, we ain't losing another game the rest of the season.
But Yankees are sitting at the top of the AL East at 5-1. Every team has had at least one win so far. There's no undefeated teams in the league, no undefeated teams in the league. So everybody.
Did you say undefeated twice?
Shut up. Right. There's no undefeated teams.
And there's no losers.
And there's no completely defeated teams. My bad. Dodgers looking to make a three-peat this year. They're sitting currently in the standings at 4-2. But like I said, it's early in the baseball season. There's still 150 some games left, so it's kind of like hard to talk about what's going on at the beginning of the season in baseball. But we will try to do at least one segment each week on just a little section on baseball. Probably end up doing starting next week once the season kind of kicks in a little bit more. We'll start doing like the games of each day, and we'll kind of make picks on who we think they will be when.
I've been doing the last 3 sports.
I know.
Over the Slack and.
I've been preparing for the draft. So
You do football since like July.
Because football never ends. All right.
I moved on.
Well, I'm not. Okay. I am a football guy at heart. But
there's other sports out there.
Shut up.
Like water polo.
But just a little bit on the ABS system. It's the automatic ball strike challenge system that they implemented this season. Where they can challenge whether it's a ball or a strike. Kind of questioning the umpire a little bit. So far through the first week or so of the 2026 regular season challenges on the ball strike has been successful 53.7% of the time across 47 games. While like the catchers are pretty much damn near doing the best at challenging these pitches and calls. Catchers are currently winning their reviews at 64%, while the batters were at a 42%. So the catchers are seeing the ball a whole lot better when they're challenging it, and it's actually coming out better for them overall. I forget what game it was the other day. There was a game where there was 4 batters called, I think, in a row by an umpire, and the catchers challenged all of them, and they all turned out to be strikeouts. So like some of the umpires are actually getting called out on some of the bad calls that they make. It's one of the things that baseball enthusiasts have complained about all along, like how bad the umpiring can be, and there was no way of challenging them or correcting them, especially for some egregious calls.
That was a big one for you.
I know. So,
You said it.
so like I said, they implemented it this season. It's really pretty quick overturn. Like once it's challenged, it don't slow the game down. It feels like it's kind of actually still like the catcher will challenge it, and less than a minute later, it's either stands or overturned, and they're just keep on moving along with the game.
So it's not like NBA where they have to take like 5 minutes just to look at one call.
Like it's actually pretty quick. So far, there's only been one ejection from the challenges in ABS, and it was because I want to say it was Milwaukee Brewers versus the Baltimore Orioles. The Brewers, no, was it Brewers? No, it was Twins. Yeah, it was Minnesota Twins versus the Baltimore Orioles. And the Twins ran out of challenges because they only get 5 per game, I believe. And they ran out of challenges and they couldn't challenge it anymore. So the manager of the Twins started arguing with the umpire, and he ended up getting ejected from the game. So, but like I said, we're not huge baseball fans. I'm going to try my best to follow along all season long, try to catch some games. But there's 162 games per team, it's hard to follow everything.
See, I feel like I got the lucky part. Cause my goal is like 15 teams.
Yeah.
So I'm feeling pretty good over here. Compared to, I don't even know how many teams in baseball.
Let's see.
5.
So it's 30.
30.
Yeah, it's 30.
30. So
yeah.
30, 15. I'm doing pretty good for myself over here.
Let's see.
Well, even when we come football, I had NFL that only had 32. And
I had
college football, which had like over 100.
Yeah. So
that's why you decided to only start off-season football during the winter. And
it helps me keep up with college football and the NFL as we go throughout the season and be prepared for when the season starts.
Leave me with the 30 NBA teams, the 128 March Madness teams.
I'm like, in this, I know this is further down the road, but like coming up into the next college football season, I want to be even more prepared. I'm going to have like preseason rankings, preseason All-Americans, stuff like that, who I think like make predictions on their whole entire season and try to do a whole breakdown of every team. So it's going to take a lot of work, but I'm going to try to do it, and that's why.
Hopefully the WNBA. This dunk in WNBA, right?
Huh?
They dunk in the women's basketball league, right?
I think they try. But
so they ain't gonna be no like to like LeBron or something between the leg.
Probably not. He's going to be starting to follow along with the WNBA, bringing you guys information on the WNBA. They had a couple expansion teams. They're going to be having the expansion draft this season.
I think the expansion draft might be tomorrow, April 3rd.
Yeah, so the WNBA expansion drafts Friday, April 3rd, which Dom will be following along with it, trying to get some information, and then we'll he'll go over their free agency and stuff like that.
Yeah, which I think free agency starts on the 6th, either 5th or 6th.
And WNBA, they got all the players, not all the players, but they increased the max salary cap for each that a team could have, and how much each player can get paid. So they're kind of increasing the women's basketball salary numbers. So it's still far off from being compared to NBA basketball.
So April 7th and 8th is the designation, 9th and 10th is negotiations, and 12 through 18 is signing period.
And so there's still a significant part from being close to getting paid what NBA players do. But this little bit of an increase just shows you that the sport's growing and they're trying to build it. It's going to take some time, a little bit of time to get the women's basketball pay up there a little bit. But as long as they continue seeing the league grow and they're actually making profits off of the league, that salary cap number will continue to grow also. But next thing we're going to talk about is NFL news. All I'm going to say right now is if I was a professional sports player, I would be trying to find out who Kirk Cousins' agent is, and I would be signing that man as my agent. So way it's looking like Kirk Cousins, as of this morning, he agreed to sign a contract with the Las Vegas Raiders. The initial number came out that it's going to be a 5-year deal, $172 million. I don't know what the Raiders saw in that they're like, hey, we're going to pay this man that after the past 2 years that he's had with the Falcons. We've seen every single game of Kirk Cousins in the past 2 seasons that he's played in, and I didn't see anything where he would be worth a 5-year, $172 million. But then as more of the numbers came out, it's looking like it's going to be like more of a 2-year They have the team option after 2 years where they can either continue with the contract or release him of the contract. But this year he's kind of taking that vet minimum deal, $1.3 million. Falcons will still have to pay him $8.7 million, and it's from the roster bonus from last year, which it ultimately creates a $1.3 million cap saving for the Falcons. But this 1-year deal, it's pretty much, he's getting $20,000 cash in hand, so pretty much a $20 million signing bonus. So it's hard to fully explain the contract of it because they have it broke down as, let's see. I saw it here a little bit ago on X. Spotrac had it. It was pretty much, like I said, Falcons are paying $8.7 million. Raiders are paying $1.3 million. There's a $10 million signing bonus for next year, roster bonus for next year, and then there's guaranteed, it's like a total of $80 million guaranteed for the deal. Another free agent signing happened today. Kyle Duggar, the former Patriot and Steelers safety, he signed with a 1-year deal with the Cincinnati Bengals. It's not real big news, but he was a starter in the league for a while. He was a Patriots starter for quite a few seasons. They traded him last season to the Steelers. Then he started for the Steelers, which he ultimately became a free agent at the end of the season because it was his last year of his rookie contract. He goes signs with the Bengals, gives the Bengals a little bit more secondary help on defense. But started choking on my own slides there. Let's see. Now the question is, are the Raiders still going to take Mendoza at number 1?
Yes. As
projected?
Yes.
I say yes. Just for the simple fact that they have that 2-year option after to be able to release Kirk Cousins. So I think they'll still go Mendoza. And And I'm pretty sure Kirk Cousins knows he's going into that situation knowing that the Raiders are going to draft Mendoza.
I mean, all that money.
Yeah.
You know what? Okay.
So, like, they're still scheduling visits with scheduling a visit with between the Raiders and Mendoza on next Tuesday. So they're having that in-personal, private visit, part of their top 30, and so all signs still look like they're going to take Mendoza. Like I said, this time I think Kirk Cousins knows the situation. He's probably going in to be a bridge quarterback and possibly be the backup or get traded in near future. Unlike when he signed with Falcons 2 years ago, I'm pretty sure he didn't know until we drafted Penix that they were getting another quarterback. He thought he was coming in to be that surefire #1 quarterback. No controversy, nothing like that. That was the reason he signed with the Falcons. But Falcons had other plans.
Yeah.
But like I said, probably the greatest money getter in the NFL history. I mean, man's never won Super Bowl and
barely wins playoff games.
Barely win playoff games, and he's made more career money than Tom Brady.
Towards Achilles?
Yeah.
ACL or something?
Towards Achilles and still got $180 million.
Yeah.
The very next year. So he's the ultimate money getter. Like I said, I want his agent. Hopefully I can find out who it is and he will sign me with this podcast and he can help build this thing and we can get paid like millionaires. Shit. But other news, it's kind of the dead season for the NFL. I mean, very, very few news, but kind of the other big news today is Atlanta Falcons released new uniforms. Ultimately choosing to get away from the black home jerseys. They're switching up to a red home jersey. It's kind of plain looking, but it still kind of looks very clean. It kind of looks very well put together. They're having red home jerseys, white pants, and they're keeping the black helmet with the same logo. They have it looked like they had two options for away jerseys, an all white one, and then white jersey and black pants, which they will also just look very clean. They're not, too
over the top.
Yeah, over the top. They're just basic looking jerseys, still kind of just very simple, clean, and kind of, in my opinion, a little bit of upgrade from the previous jerseys.
What divisions are getting the city jerseys this year?
The rival jerseys?
Yeah, sorry, NBA City.
I don't think it's the Falcons. I don't think it's the NFC South. But as you're looking that up, I'm going to go ahead and move on. We're going to next. It's going to be my top 5 wide receivers and cornerbacks in this year's draft. Pretty much starting off with the wide receivers. The number 1 wide receiver is Carnell Tate. In my opinion, he's 6'3", 195-pound wide receiver coming out of Ohio State. 51 catches, 875 yards, 9 touchdowns. He's a projected first-round pick, probably a top 10 pick. He's a little bit not as known because he was overshadowed by Jeremiah Smith and just kind of like Emeka Egbuka. Emeka Egbuka was overshadowed by other wide receivers too. Marvin Harrison Jr., Jeremiah Smith. So, but Emeka Egbuka is still, you guys seen how he had this previous season where he started the season off on fire. And they're kind of comparing Carnell Tate to that similar situation that Emeka Egbuka was in. He was kind of unknown. People knew who he was, but it's like he wasn't that number 1 threat there. He just quietly performed every week.
It's the AFC South and NFC North. Then next year it's AFC West, NFC East, and then the fourth year it's AFC North, and then NFC South. So we gotta wait until 2028.
Damn. The NFL comp they have for him is Calvin Ridley. Hopefully he don't have his gambling streak as he did.
I know that guy.
So like Calvin Ridley, he had some good seasons, and then he got in trouble gambling, and then bounced around from Jaguars, Tennessee. He hasn't really put up quite the big numbers or anything like that, but these are just play style and characteristics, not how their career is going to be or their personality or anything like that. So we're not saying Cardell Tate's going to be getting in trouble for gambling or anything like that, but he has the same type of build and kind of play style.
Yeah.
Next one, this guy. I'm going to skip over what was normally the number 2. I'm going to knock him down some. But number 2, I'm going to have Malachi Lemon, 5'11", 195 pounds, wide receiver out of USC. He had 79 receptions, 1,156 yards, 11 touchdowns. His NFL comp is Amon-Ra St. Brown. I think if it wouldn't be for Cardell Tate, Mekhi Lemon could probably be the best receiver in this draft class. It always seems like there for a while USC was just putting out wide receivers.
We got one of them.
Yeah, we got one of them. Drake London. Amon St. Brown came from USC. Michael Pittman Jr., USC. So they're not as known as a wide receiver like Ohio State is. Ohio State's just churning out wide receivers right now. We'll see if that changes now that Brian Hartline ain't there no more. He went to University of Central Florida? South Florida. Yeah, one of the two.
USF?
Yeah.
South Florida.
Yeah, South Florida.
There's no C in South.
Well, there's UCF. There's University of Central Florida.
But I asked it's USF, and you said yeah.
I think that's what it is. Shut up. All right, my next one is on my presentation I had at number 2 is Jordan Tyson out of Arizona State. Probably, he's 6'2", 200 pounds. He had 61 receptions, 711 receiving yards, 8 touchdowns. His NFL comp is Stephon Diggs and Amari Cooper. Kind of that yards after catch, tough running guy, go over the middle.
Hopefully he doesn't have this career like Stephon did.
Yeah. The reason Jordan Tyson's not quite, I put him below Mekhi Lemon, is just because of the injury history.
Yeah.
He tore his ACL when he was at Colorado a couple years ago. He was battling hamstrings last year. I think ankle too.
Was it Mike Evans deals hamstring injuries every year?
Yeah. So I think it's going to ultimately make him drop a little bit in the draft. Just because of the lingering injuries, you're not 100% sure.
I got a question. What's a Amari Cooper up nowadays?
I have no idea. Last I heard, when he got released from the Browns, and I don't know where he went after that.
I thought he was with the Bills at some point.
He did. Oh yeah, he did go to the Bills, and then he got released.
I'm doing my research.
All right. Next one. This guy's just kind of skyrocketing up a lot of NFL draft boards, and kind of he signed with Las Vegas Raiders.
Last year he was on the Raiders. Which probably explains why we didn't hear much from him.
But like I said,
Geno Smith as quarterback.
This guy, he's like just skyrocketing up draft boards. He was originally probably like a second round, third round guy. He's made his way all the way up into the first round. It's Omar Cooper Jr., wide receiver out of Indiana. 6 foot, 211 pounds, had 69 receptions, 937 receiving yards, 13 touchdowns. 13 touchdowns. He just had his, I think they had their pro day yesterday. He ran a 40-yard dash of 4.31. So super fast. probably everybody's seen the unreal catch he made in the back of the end zone against Penn State for the game-sealing touchdown, walk-off touchdown for Indiana to beat Penn State in that game. His NFL comp is Rashad Bateman for the wide receiver for the Ravens. So you just kind of your shifty yards after catch, touchdown. He's going to make some incredible catches. Like I said, Omar Cooper's, he was originally slotted as a second, third rounder. Now, like I said, he's up in the first round, probably could possibly go top 20. And then the last wide receiver for my top 5 in the NFL draft is Washington's wide receiver, Denzel Boston. He's 6'4", 209. So he has that big body, make contested catches. He had 62 receptions, 881 receiving yards, 11 touchdowns. His NFL player comp is Cortland Sutton. He's also projected a first-round pick. He's more of that late-round first-round pick and possibly slide into the second. Just all depends how people see it.
Will go.
Yeah. So it just kind of.
Also, the disrespect. What's the respect my boy Skylar Bell?
Well, I mean,
is he 6th place at least?
No, Skylar Bell.
Oh my God.
Skylar Bell is looking more like that end of the second round, beginning of the third round projection. I mean, you got Chris Bell. That's probably ahead of him. Wide receiver from Louisville. You got Chris Brazel the second or third. Then you got there's still Zachariah Branch. There's like wide receiver is the deepest class.
You're telling me you might be your top 10?
Maybe top 10.
Oh,
let's see. Chris Bell, Chris Brazel. What I say?
Branch.
Zachariah Branch.
You get what saying?
He would be top.
You get what you're saying, like D3 receivers. So.
Ted Hurst, Georgia State wide receiver. He's probably a top 10 receiver in the class. It's just he's not. I think if he was at a different school, he'd probably be a little bit more known. UConn's not known for being a football school.
You won't be saying that when he gets drafted to the Falcons.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay if he gets drafted to the Falcons. I'm
not buying that jersey.
I'm not hating on him, but I'm just saying these are my top 5. All right, there's better wide receivers than him. All right, hold on,
I don't believe it.
All right, give us some stats on Skylar Bell. Tell me why he should be higher on the list than what I got.
How does see your thing? Oh, yeah, he has more touchdowns than Cornell Tate.
All right.
Do you know a receiver that has -2 rushing yards? Huh?
No.
No point exactly. Let's see what else. 101 receptions. See, your stats away, so I wouldn't see it.
All right, hold on. No. All right, I'm going to tell you where I have.
He deserves to be at least a 2nd round pick. And they got him projected going 4th. That's crazy. 1,200 receiving yards, 13 touchdowns.
All right. Well, I can't show you something because you're probably going to hate on me.
Hold on. Nah, go to your stats. He has more. Where'd he go? He has more receiving yards than any of the receivers on your list.
Okay.
He has more touchdowns than any receiver on your list. He has more receptions than all your receivers.
Okay. So, all right. You name one thing.
He has less thing. He has less rushing yards.
All right. So Cornell Tate, Ohio State. Jordan Tyson, Arizona State. Makai Lemon, USC. Amari Cooper Jr., Indiana. Denzel Washington. All right, what does them 5 guys have in common?
Receivers.
Besides being receivers, they're in the Power 4 conference. UConn is not in one of the Power 4 conferences. All right? He could have a better career than all 5 of these guys. But
he will.
Draft prospect wise, people, there's questions whether he can match up against that top tier talent. He's playing at UConn, not quite known football. They're known for basketball.
He played at Wisconsin.
And did nothing while he was at Wisconsin.
That's besides the point.
I'm not saying he's a bad wide receiver. Right now, he's just not top 5 receiver, okay? Yeah, you can name, just because you have all the stats, fucking look at Nick Nash from last year, San Diego State wide receiver, all right?
Yeah.
He was the Triple Crown winner in college football, had the most receiving yards, reception, and touchdowns. You know where he was drafted?
Undrafted.
Exactly, he was undrafted. Stats don't mean shit, all right? Yes, you can compare the stats for him, but you have to look at the overall quality of the guy.
Next year, when he wins Rookie of the Year, I want you to apologize to that man.
I will apologize to him. I'm not saying he's not better than these guys, but as a projection-wise, these guys are projected better than him.
What you say?
The draft is unknown.
What you saying, projected-wise, Sam Darnold can't win the big games?
Hey,
and he won the fucking Super Bowl?
Exactly.
So projections don't mean shit.
All right, anything can happen in the NFL. Anybody can have a better career. All right, all 5 of these guys could be bust.
Tate wasn't even the best receiver on his team.
But Ohio State.
I don't care. They lost to Miami.
They looked at. So when you're like,
they got carried by their defense. I don't care what the name is. You're telling me somebody that was at Jeremiah's fucking back there behind Jeremiah Smith. They're supposed to be number 1 on the top 5 receivers. He wasn't even number 1 out of his school.
All right, Mecca Ibuka wasn't number 1 when he got drafted either.
Yeah, and you see, it took him a couple years to be relevant.
Mecca Ibuka?
Oh shit, that's fucking years.
Yeah.
I'll think of JSN.
Alright.
Oh yeah, and you saw Ibuka. He fell off near the end of the season.
He fell off once Mike Evans came back and was taking reps from him. Alright?
Well, now Mike Evans not there.
I know. But what I'm not saying Skylar Bell's not a good wide receiver. He's just right now not projected higher than these other 5. It's all projected. All right.
Well, I projected the Colts go 1-16.
Yes.
You saw that.
And projections can be wrong. All right.
They will just go on. They will be wrong because Skylar Bell's the Rookie of the Year.
Okay. I hope he does. All right.
On the Falcons, hopefully.
All right. All right. Coming out next, we're just gonna move on to the top 5 corners in the draft.
Upset.
This guy right here, he is probably the number 1 corner in the draft. I got him as the best corner in the draft. He ultimately could fall down below some of these guys because he came off a season-ending injury. But you're going by what he had his previous year. All right. Overall, they said he's probably the best best corner in the draft, but he probably won't be the top corner drafted. And that's Dramond McCoy from Tennessee. He's 6 foot, 193 pounds. In 2024, he had 4 interceptions, 7 pass deflections. His NFL comp is Xavier Howard. Xavier Howard had a pretty good career. He ultimately had to move to safety, but why do you seem so upset?
I don't know.
You can ultimately, couple of these receivers, you can interchange how they're going to go. Like I said, these are the ones that are projected to be the best in the draft class. Doesn't mean they're going to be drafted first, all right? Then number 2 is LSU corner Mansour Delaney. He's 6 foot, 190 pounds. He had 2 interceptions, 11 pass deflections this previous season. And on kind of a subpar LSU team, wasn't very great this previous season. His NFL comp is Casey Hayward. Casey Hayward had a long career. Like I said, these are just...
Former Falcon?
Yeah, he's a former Falcon. Most of his career is mostly known for when he was with the Chargers. Led in interceptions, I think, once or twice. So, like I said, these NFL comps are just stylistically and body type. Number 3 is, when I made this list, he was number 3 on here, and that's Avion Terrell, AJ Terrell's little brother. Clemson, the cornerback. He's 5'11", 180 pounds. Had 30 solo tackles, 9 pass deflections, and 5 forced fumbles. The reason I said that when I made this, he was up a little bit higher. A lot of people were projecting that he drops in the draft because he was dealing with some hamstring issues before the combine.
What's all these guys doing with hamstring injuries?
I don't know.
Not enough water?
Probably. But he was dealing with some hamstring issues before the combine, so he didn't run or anything like that at the combine. And then at his pro day, just at the beginning of the week, when he went to go run, he retweaked that hamstring issue. And so a lot of people are saying he's going to end up sliding in the draft just because of that lingering hamstring issue.
Come to Atlanta.
I would take him to Atlanta. If he falls to number 48 in Atlanta better scoop him up. You have AJ Terrell and his little brother on.
I have seen stuff about Tampa interested in him too.
Yeah. Like I
would hate.
Yeah. All you gotta do is get some big body receivers, and if he's anything like AJ, he's gonna struggle. But like I said, he's one of the people from that Clemson roster that didn't take a hit in their draft stock until recently, just because of that pro day and now that hamstring issue. His NFL player comp is Asante Samuel Jr., former Falcons son. We had Asante Samuel Sr. Asante Samuel Jr. Was with the Chargers and I believe the Bucks.
I'll bet.
At one point.
Get my Asante Samuel.
But he plays just like his dad. So, and Asante Samuel was a ball hawking corner. Very physical, and he was out there trying to make plays on the ball, which he was really good with the Falcons. Even in the Patriots, he was good. It's just injuries caught up with him.
Yeah.
So.
Hamstrings probably.
Number 4 on the list is Colton Hood, another corner from Tennessee. He's 6 foot, 195 pounds. He had 34 solo tackles, 1 interception, 8 pass deflections.
Okay.
All right. His NFL player comp is Christian Folk. If his career is anything like that, then it's not going to be looking too good for him. Christian Folk was a high draft pick, didn't pan out. I think he's still making his way around the league, just not as good. I think injuries kind of took a toll on him. So, like I said, these first 4 are all probably projected first-round picks. Jerron McCoy and Avion Terrell could slide a little bit in the draft just because of the injury history or the injury that they're dealing with right now. And then the last one is South Carolina's corner, Brandon Cisse. He's 6 foot, 190 pounds. He had 19 solo tackles, 1 interception, 5 pass deflection. His NFL player comp is Chardavius Ward. South Carolina as a whole didn't kind of live up to the hype of what they were projected to be this past season. Brandon Cisse, he did have one of the better parts of the career season for him. That's why he's projected late first round, but more likely early to mid second round.
What others?
Just kind of me going over the last corner on the list, which is Brandon Cisse from South Carolina.
Damn, disrespect.
What?
Not even mentioning the UConn corner. Okay, I don't even know who.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think you.
I don't. I'm kind of.
I mean, obviously, UConn had back-to-back 9-win seasons, but they must have not doing something right because the coach dipped out to go to Colorado State. A worse program than.
Hey.
But like I said, that's my top 5 receivers, top 5 corners that I'm looking at in the NFL draft. Next week we'll come back. We'll do 2 different positions, 5 more. Probably looking more like linebacker, running back.
I don't know what one's gonna be.
Probably Mike Washington Jr.
That UConn running back?
No, Arkansas.
Ah, shit.
No, I'm joking. Everybody knows who the number 1 running back in the draft is this year is Jeremiah.
Yes.
But he's not.
I know. I'm not an idiot.
You sure?
It's obviously that UConn running back.
You make me question you sometimes. All right. But that's all of my draft talk, take for the week, NFL talk, and baseball talk. So now we're going to be moving on.
If you don't like UConn, just say it. If you don't like UConn, just say it.
I think UConn's a good basketball school. I'm just not all that high on the football program. Okay?
On my dynasty, they went 11-1.
All right. Now, there's going to be people that, I'm not saying being that UConn, you can't make it to the NFL because there's people that has. Darius Butler, Dan Orlowski.
So that got 3 guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
But one of them has a Super Bowl ring, and the other one
is one known for
running out the back of the end zone and taking a safety. Also saying that Ty Simpson is the best quarterback in the NFL draft this year. So, but like I said, now we're going to move on to some March Madness talk and NBA talk.
Alright, well, I already told you how we did on our last picks.
Well, tell the people how we did.
I had to find it first.
Alright.
You're not. Well, in our last 7 predictions, I went 3-4. I had a terrible week, and you went 1-6. It looks like.
What?
1-6.
Nah.
Are you sure?
You mean 6-1? And he's supposed to be the NBA guy.
Yeah. Well, you chose New York to beat the Hornets, and the Hornets won. So, but I did too. So it's okay.
Yeah. That was the only one I got wrong with last week.
Yeah, and then the March Madness. For the men's, we both went 1-2. Only one we got right was Arizona beating Arkansas. Because we chose Houston, Illinois won. And we chose St. John's, Duke won. So, and then for the women's, we also went 1-2. The only one we got right was Michigan beating Louisville. We chose LSU, and they lost on a buzzer beater to Duke. And then we chose Virginia, the Cinderella story.
Yeah.
And they lost to TCU. So, for the games this week, so my top 4 games with each Sweet 16 for the men. 4th place, I got Iowa beating Nebraska 77-71. 3rd place, I got UConn beating Michigan State 67-63. 2nd place, Duke beating St. John's 80-75. And the game of the Sweet 16 for the men's, Purdue beating Texas 79-72. Because that wasn't a good game until near the end stretch. Then for the women's, Michigan beat Louisville 71-52. None of the other games were close.
Yeah, I know.
TCU, Virginia, 79-69, TCU winning. Then second place was Notre Dame beating Vanderbilt 67-64. And then Duke beat LSU in the game winner. Then Elite Eight, I just put all the games in. Michigan beat Tennessee, got 4th place for men's.
Right.
Illinois beat Iowa, got 3rd place. Arizona beat Purdue, got 2nd place, and UConn beat Duke, got 1st place game of the.
So, yeah. Just kind of talk about the. Yeah.
Pause it, Miller. You can edit that part out, right?
I can try.
Well, I just don't know where I ended.
It's hard. And we're back. We had a little bit of an emergency we had to take care of. So we had to pause the podcast for a second. But now we're back to it. And
But for you guys, it wouldn't even seem like.
yeah, for you guys, it won't even seem like it. But
Oh, well, I don't even know where I was at. So I'm sure we start the Elite Eight.
well, we was talking about because you already talked over.
We went over the men's, and we talked about the UConn.
We'll talk about
UConn Duke,
like the Purdue and Arizona game. Like that was a battle until number 3 for Purdue, Braden Smith, got rolled his ankle, and they just didn't seem like because he was just flying all over the place. He was kind of taking it to Arizona.
Yeah, and then he rolled his ankle, and
it was kind of just like he didn't look the same, and the team didn't look the same.
Yeah.
Which it was a really good game. The final score doesn't show it,
No.
but that game was a lot closer game. Arizona had to battle for that win.
Yeah, but like it was a good game until he rolled his ankle. So, and then the game of Elite Eight, either side, UConn winning off a last-second buzzer beater.
Duke choked a 19-point lead. They were up by 15 at half.
Must be a North Carolina thing. Because North Carolina choked a 19-point lead to VCU.
But they were up 15 at halftime. Ultimately was up 19, and then UConn just stayed in the game, battled back until really the last seconds of the game. Caden Boozer, instead of taking the foul, he tried to commit a pass. It got stolen, ultimately turning the ball over. And then
wasn't him that had turnover?
Yeah, it was Caden Boozer.
Because I'm pretty sure, wasn't his brother like his brother caught it at first?
Yeah.
Then he passed it to someone, and that other passed it up to Caden.
Yeah.
And Caden
Yeah. So and then turned over. UConn got the ball back. There's like 5-6 seconds.
Fucking shot.
Passed the ball back and forth.
Shot that shit from the logo.
Yeah, logo 3, true freshman, Braylon Mullins. Logo 3,
for the
splash.
That's gonna be that might be the moment of March Madness so far.
Yeah. Then it just right after that, it just goes to show how complete of a psychopath Dan Hurley is, the UConn head coach. Do you feel that should have been a technical foul? Did you see the video?
I also was them running onto the court, even though the game was still going on.
No, all right. So Dan Hurley, like they were like jumping all over him. His coaches were pulling on him and stuff like that. And he walked up to the one ref and pretty much went, like, put his forehead right against the ref's forehead,
Damn.
like kind of just saying something. Which any other time that would have been a technical foul. And at that time there was 0.4 left on the clock.
Yeah, which 1 point.
A 1 point game. Like, I'm not saying that's the reason that it happened, but I also think it was kind of like one of the things where, like, hey, the official was like, I'm not going to be the reason this game something like changes.
Well, I saw a video of I think the coach's wife was holding the UConn players back and pulling them back to the bench after the shot.
Did you see his mother and father's reaction of it? Holy fucking shit!
Like, it was.
Yeah, that was a game. Like, that's what March Madness is. Like, yeah, they say the Cinderellas are dead and stuff like that. But when it comes down to that shot right there, a true freshman making it from logo, not even hesitating.
Well, as a person who chose Duke to win that game, I don't like it. But
yeah,
I respect it.
Yeah, it's just like, but like you said, that's what March Madness is. That atmosphere, how the crowd erupted after, that's how it is in like college football too. Mm-hmm. Like in the big heated games. Like that college atmosphere in all sports is so much different than professional sports.
Yes.
So.
And for the women's, I mean, for the first blowout, Texas beat Michigan 77-41. Texas beat Michigan 77-41. The second blowout, South Carolina beat TCU 78-52. The third blowout, UConn beat Notre Dame 70-52. Which that was a close game until like half.
Yeah.
And then probably the most competitive game that still ended up 12 points difference was UCLA beating Duke 70-58. Well, Duke had a lead going into half. Yeah. And then UCLA said, "Oh, hold on, that ain't gonna work for me." And then
it was a theme for Duke.
Yeah,
they had halftime lead, and then they lost.
It's
just like I said, just overall the pure like March Madness is probably one of the greatest sporting spectacles ever.
Yeah.
So, and it's still not even done yet. No. We got the Final Four.
We got Final Four. We got championships this week.
Yeah.
So, I found out the men's Final Four is inside the Colts Stadium.
Yeah. You didn't know that?
I feel like it should be played in the basketball arena, but
and they do it so they can have more fans.
Like I've seen stuff like they feel like the championship game should always be played in Madison Square Garden because of the history of that arena and everything. So the men are in Indianapolis, the women are in Phoenix. I'm gonna start with the women's because
it starts first too.
Yes, it's all one seeds.
Yeah.
1 seed South Carolina versus 1 seed UConn.
I got UConn.
I want to say a rematch from the championship last year.
Yeah, I believe so. But I got UConn. I got UConn. This is a spoiler. I got UConn winning it all.
I also had UConn winning this game. Then we got 1 seed Texas versus 1 seed UCLA. I chose UCLA because I had them win the championship. But if they play like they did in the second half, then UCLA's winning. But if they come out playing like they did in the first half, Texas might.
In my bracket, I got a UCLA UConn championship.
That's what I also got.
So I got UCLA.
Oh shit! Here we go, green again. And then on the men's side, 3 seed Illinois versus 2 seed UConn. I have UConn winning.
I think I still got UConn winning this. I think it's going to be a good game, but.
And then the last one, I don't even need your prediction because we already know who you're picking. 1 seed Arizona versus 1 seed Michigan.
I got Arizona winning this one, but after seeing the fucking ass whooping that
Michigan gave Tennessee.
Yeah.
And that Joker tattoo on that Michigan player. I don't know if you guys can tell, he is a big Joker fan, so.
Well, they can't see the full poster.
Yeah, but big Joker fan, so you probably respect him a lot more.
But I still got Arizona winning this one. I think it's going to be a real close game. It's going to be a good game. But
so once again, we agreed on every single one.
I got Arizona winning the championship, so that was my original pick when the first bracket started. And it was my pick in the second chance bracket too. So I got Arizona winning.
You know what? Give me because the championship will be before we film again. Give me UConn to win it all, which means we don't lose this round.
So I got Arizona winning it all in the men's and UConn winning it all in the women's.
I got UCLA winning it all for the women's, and the UConn winning it for the men's. UConn's not getting both, okay? So more likely they'll probably get the women's, but anything can happen. But that's all for March Madness for now. Next week we're talking about, if we're correct,
Yep.
the champion. We're talking about the champions. Maybe it'll be another buzzer beater.
Yeah.
Who knows? NBA this week. Like I said earlier, I went 3-4 in all picks. You went 6-1. You're trying to go for the 7-0. So I'm just trying to have a winning record this time. Apparently, I can't even do that. So, first game today, April 2nd, the 50-26 Lakers versus the 60-16 Thunder. I'm going Lakers because Luka Doncic is playing lights out right now. I want to say he's averaging 40 right now over that stretch. It's going to be like a shoot. I might watch that game live tonight. Because
I got Lakers on this one too.
Because you got Luka and what's his SGA?
Yeah.
Who's taking more free throws than me?
I got Luka.
You got Luka taking more free throws?
I got Lakers winning this one too. I made that on my NBA 2K26 daily picks today too. So I got the Lakers beating.
Alright, so April 3rd, 46-29 Timberwolves versus 42-34 76ers.
I got 76ers.
I got Timberwolves. I don't think Paul George is going to have another almost 40 piece again today.
If he wants me to actually start giving him credit and actually kind of liking him on the 76ers, he better do it. Alright?
Well,
if you guys seen any of our other podcasts where we talk about 76ers, I'm not a big Paul George fan. Alright? So, but the way he's been playing, if he wants me kind of have me turn the page on him a little bit, he better keep doing what he's doing.
He's actually been playing a lot more than lately, and then
I know.
It surprised me. But it all also depends on if Anthony Edwards is there on time and not taking another shit.
Yeah.
That's why he missed the beginning of the one game. So, and then April 4th, we got the 58-18 San Antonio Spurs versus the 49-28 Denver Nuggets.
I got Nuggets.
You got Wemby versus Jokic.
Not Nuggets. I mean, shit. What the hell am I talking about? Spurs. I got Spurs. Who'd you pick in the last one? Between.
Oh, I took Timberwolves, I said.
Oh, you got Timberwolves?
Yeah.
76ers? All right.
What made you change your mind?
I just said Nuggets to just kind of go off the head, but I was meant when you said Spurs at first, I was going Spurs. But then I was like, you said Nuggets last. And
yeah, Wemby versus Jokic. Spurs are like one of the hottest teams in the league. Thunder gotta be careful because fucking the Spurs are, I think they lost since the beginning of February. They've only lost like 2 games, which that's less losses in like 2 months than the Heat's had in like 1 week. So, but Sunday, I must say this. Sunday, April 5th, the 47-29 Houston Rockets versus the 36-40 Golden State Warriors. I put it on here because Steph Curry is expected to play this game. I said Rockets as well. Someone does not agree with our pick.
Yeah.
Someone's a big Steph Curry fan apparently. Goddamn, I'm still going. April 6th, 49-28 New York Knicks play the 44-33 Atlanta Hawks. I got Atlanta Hawks winning this game.
I don't like how we're agreeing on everything.
Except for the Hawks. Except for the Sixers, Timberwolves.
But
Atlanta's look good.
Yeah. Since All-Star break.
Atlanta Hawks.
Yeah.
Atlanta Falcons.
But
yeah. So and New York's on like a 3 or 4 game losing streak. So, April 7th, the 60-16 OKC Thunder versus the 50-26 of the Lakers. I had the Thunder getting a get back.
Give me the Lakers on this one.
You got Lakers beating them twice.
Yep.
And then finally, April 8th, 44-33 Atlanta Hawks versus the 47-29 Cleveland Cavaliers. I have Atlanta winning this game.
I got Cavaliers on this one.
Hopefully I do a lot better this week.
If you guys did hear our dogs disagreeing with us, I think they really our dog, it sounded like the one going off. She must think the Warriors.
Big Steph Curry fan she is.
Yeah, that's her mom's a Steph Curry fan.
Yeah, so and she's in the Woodfall, so it's probably
they're probably hating on us for going against the Warriors,
but hey, I mean, Warriors been going against themselves all season, so
yeah. So,
the injury bug been going against the Warriors all season.
Yeah, it's always that one team that like they're can be so good, and that you have like high hopes for them, and then
injuries just.
Yep.
But next week, I'll only have like 3 games.
Coming up on the playoffs.
Yeah, because the playoffs coming up. So next week I might try to like give my top 3 games of each day for the last 2 days.
Alright.
Because all 30 teams are playing those 2 days. Like it's a Friday and a Sunday.
Alright.
So I'm gonna give my 2 cents of those days.
And then
not NBA related. I'm gonna try to get my top 10 draft prospects for the WNBA draft. So
next week, we're pretty much done for this week. We're going to be wrapping it up here shortly. But like I say at the beginning of every podcast, at the end of every podcast, make sure you follow us on like, subscribe, comment here on YouTube, follow, like, comment on the stuff that we post on YouTube, TikTok, X, and Facebook,
and MySpace, and Vine.
Go on there, follow us, let us know what you guys think. But on next week's episode, like he said, he's going to be trying to come up with his top 10 WNBA prospects. We'll have kind of talk about the final couple games of the NBA season before playoff starts.
The ending of March Madness.
We'll talk a little bit more about the NFL draft. I'm going to have my top 5 running backs and top 5 linebackers. Prospects of the draft this year. If there's any other news that happens between now and then, we'll have that on there too. But whenever there's breaking news that happens, TikTok is where the first place I post stuff, and then it'll be X, Facebook. So if you want to get up to date content, follow us on there. And then, like I said, we do this weekly show. We try to do it every Tuesday. This week we're running a little bit behind because we had some severe thunderstorms on Tuesday that we didn't want to start recording and the power go out. So, other than that, we're going to get out here for this week. We'll see you guys again next week. Peace out.